you know, when you break the game down, a lot of people look at performance, and maybe, you know, we're all guilty of it, that we look at performance based on what you do with the ball. And I thought we were pretty poor with the ball tonight, but that weakness was outweighed by the strength of how we defended, and the desire and drive to stop the ball going in the net was first class.
Hunter's been able to do it in the run of play, but, you know, saving a penalty, especially to keep it 0-0, how big was that?
I mean, yeah, huge, because, you know, I say all the time, goals change games, and we weren't playing well, so if they score that, it can be a completely different result. You know, I'm not underestimating that at all, and you know, they're a good team, they've got some good players, and they were in charge of the game at that moment, and I thought that save sort of lifted us a little bit and gave us a little bit of kick where we needed it to get back into the game. Then the last 15 minutes of the first half, we created a few chances ourselves, you know, and played how we want to play by, you know, getting people forward and getting crosses in the box, and obviously the corner comes from good play down the right. Then obviously we put the ball in, and the delivery is fantastic, and you know, we get the 1-0 win.
This might sound a bit like a silly question, but is there any sense from you of, you know, I wish we would put more chances away?
Not a silly question, and I absolutely agree with you. I mean, that's a great question. I do wish we could. I mean, we had a couple in the second half there when Aidan Stanley goes through, and, you know, and likewise, if we score that could be a different end to the game. But in reflection on not doing it and having to see the game through, and you see the character and the desire of the players to wear the shirt and get the result at home, I'm really pleased with that.
I believe now, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you own all the records
All right.
in terms of longest undefeated streak, longest win streak, no?
The 2016 team had an undefeated streak of 15, 16 if you count the friendly against Pachuca.
Okay.
All right, so I've got to get another.
Yeah, you've got a couple more to go.
The winning streak, you're there.
So I've got the winning streak.
Yes, by far.
Well, we'll just call the other one a CD then, because you don't go on that anymore. You don't even have CDs, do you, your age?
Yeah.
Records, CDs. What was the next thing after that? MP3 or something. I've got the MP3 of the wins then. Yeah.
I do want to ask you, this is the first time we've talked since making the trade midweek. And I think it left people outside a bit confused in terms of, and I think we saw it tonight, you know, Dougie saw out the game at right wing back. So why was that a move that you wanted to make, to not necessarily to send Eunice away, but to bring Mario in that trade?
It's a great trade for the club. And that's, you know, what we have to think about when we're put in charge of, you know, the club and the supporters, and everybody else wants to see the club going forward in the right direction. It's a great trade. You know, I can give you an insight into decision. It's a player that wasn't playing, so the emergence of Ben Mines has done really well. Knowing that Dougie can do the job also, and getting a centre forward who has got a clear goal scoring record in this league for a right wing back who's not playing in your team, I think is a really good deal. Coupled with that, you know, Eunice has suffered a little bit with injuries this year. He's been available out of the 17 games prior to this one for 8 of them. So less than 50% has been available. In minutes played, he's played just under 6 games out of 17. So I thought it might be a good trade for the club. Eunice also, it was something that every party was happy, because he gets to go to a place where he's comfortable and get more regular playing time. And Mario comes to here and joins us as a squad. They'll look to create chances for him, and he's got to get on there and score goals. So it's a great trade for everybody.
Anything else you want to add on tonight?
No. Scotland were terrible, so that's your fault.
Can you speak to the end of the game where they had 4 back-to-back corner kicks, and just the fight from the team in that moment?
Yeah, and like scoring goals from corners can be random. It can be random events. You can score 3 in one game, you can score none for another, you know, however many games, or 50, 60 corners. So they know their job, they know they've got to have that desire to get the ball in the head. And I thought, you know, the run of the corners was something that we had to manage, and I thought we gave away a couple of them that we didn't need to. We could have cleared them a little bit better.